much, Sanchayan, for joining us and giving us this opportunity to have your interview here. The idea is that we try to understand from your career journey, your challenges faced, how did you crack consulting role, and what's your suggestions for the other aspirants who want to join or who want to grow in their career or join consulting kind of career. So I would like to know first of all your own career journey. How did it start and what happened till
Thank
now?
you very much for giving me this opportunity to be here. So, talking about my career journey, I started my career with Reliance Industries. So, I was in operations. So, talking a bit about my academic background as well, I did my chemical engineering from a state university called Jadavpur University in Kolkata. And after that, I worked in Reliance for almost 3 years. Then I decided to explore a bit, decided to do my MBA. So, I did my MBA from NITI. It's now called IIM Mumbai.
So in this entire, it's very interesting career journey. You started with a core industry
Hmm.
and then did your MBA and then you got into consulting. So in general, in your career journey, what kind of challenges you think you faced and how did you resolve them?
Okay, so when I was in Reliance, it's a very core specific industry. You get a lot of time to learn, you get a lot of time to acclimatize to the situation, the working ground, you spend some time in the shop floor, you get to know people. But in consulting, it's very fast paced. So, right from the time you step into the industry, you are expected that you will be delivering solutions. So, that is one of the biggest change that will come, and you need to adapt to it. So, how you can do it is talk to people,
Mhm.
understand from their experiences that what they have done to acclimatize to this situation, and not only that, ask for help. So, I think that's what has helped me in my journey.
Another question is, since you spent 2 years in MBA, you would
Hmm.
have prepared for consulting roles, you would have prepared for your resume interviews. So how that preparation looked like? How did you prepare? What things did you do to make yourself more fit, if I or prepared for consulting roles?
So, basically, people when they step into the MBA journey, it's a very haphazard world that they might feel initially. That's the first step that you should align your CV with the industry that you're looking for. And in order to do that, you could definitely take help from your seniors. You could definitely take professional help. There are a lot of forums that provide such tips and tricks to build your CV and basically focus on keywords, numbers, how to quantify your achievements, all those things keeping in mind. I think CV can be prepared.
Great, great. And what? How did you prepare for interview, and what happened in actual interview?
So, talking about my preparation, we started preparations. First step was definitely from our college seniors, but definitely uh, I have to thank you in this regard that GoCrackIt played a very important role in my life, at least, because when I was preparing for GD, my way of speaking, my way of answering was a bit haphazard. They pointed out my mistakes, they gave a very honest review, and I worked on that, and it worked for me. So, talking about consulting interviews as such, there are three steps that people, general three steps. First is the guesstimate round, then comes the case interviews, and then is the either the partner round or the HR round. One point that I feel is important here. So, if is to understand your CV very well throughout, inside out. I mean, each point that you have written, each numbers that you have mentioned, each any certifications that you have mentioned, you should know it throughout. Any question that can be asked from the CV, you should be able to give a comprehensive answer to that. And also, if you are preparing for consulting, so be prepared that guesstimates might come from your CV. So, for example, you have worked in sales and marketing. Maybe say you are working as an area manager for a tire company. The guesstimate might be that how many tires are sold in a country in a year, or maybe you have worked in say an operations. The case might come that how to reduce cost in your organization. So you I mean, there can be abstract cases definitely, but it's more likely that the cases or guesstimates will come from your CV itself.
Great, great, great. Any specific case or guesstimate which you remember asked to you?
This was a case that was asked to me, the number of tires that was sold
Okay.
in India. So I will tell you the background about it. So I was, for a part of my job, I was also working as a area manager for Reliance in their petroleum retail sector. So a truck. So one of the conversation that struck with the interviewer was basically that what are the kind of customers that you interact with. So the answer was basically mostly business customers who are truck drivers or maybe managers of those truck drivers. So from there the conversation started, and then she went that say what are the number of tires that are sold in India in a particular year.
Great, very interesting, right?
Yeah.
Another question is, since we talked about a lot of people help you in this journey, right? You talked about your seniors and the things. So, how do you think, in general, also that structured mentoring really helps student? Because what I understand, student or people in general, how do you think how much importance one should give to this?
Yeah, definitely. Structured approach helps. I would say that when someone is mentoring in a structured way, that gives you a lot of confidence. See, first you know about how the process would be. So it's not that it's going to be haphazard or study for cases. So a structured approach helps in you in this manner. So for example, if someone helps with structurals, that person tells me that okay, prepare CV first, focus on this part first. This carries 50% weightage to what you are preparing for. So this would be a first priority. Now focus on interviews. This would be a second priority. Focus on GDs. It would be a third priority or fourth priority or second priority, just for example. What to prioritize, what not to prioritize, and basically what you want out of that interview or you want out of your career. So that helps.
Another question is, Sanchayan, is see every every story has some challenges. Like when you were prepared during your MBA for getting into consulting, what could be that one challenge during your preparation time which you think you had to really resolve it, and that helped you a lot ultimately?
Okay. So I don't know how people will resonate to it, but I felt that guesstimate was the toughest for me. So initially when I started, I could not understand. So for example, whether should I take a top-down approach or a bottoms-up approach? What should I do? So in the initial stages, it was a bit challenge to me. But the one thing that helped me to overcome was a lot of practice. So read about a lot of cases, a lot of guesstimates, have an understanding of the numbers, the common numbers, say the population, etc., etc. So that helped me, and definitely I think there is no alternative to it, that you should practice a lot about that. So
one more question on this,
Yeah.
a bit more on the challenge side only, but more on now, let's say, a lot of people, including myself, it's a lot of time we have our own personal doubts that whether we'll do it, how will we do it, I don't think it is possible, and sometimes we give up and all those things. How do you deal with these kind of situations, which is more to do with your own thinking or your own perspective or your own doubts which keep happening, right? How do you deal with it, or how did you deal with it?
So these things will definitely come up in life, and not only in MBA during your placements, but throughout. Even when you're working, you might feel that I am not getting the appropriate recognition that I deserve. Whether should I be in this industry or not? But definitely about all these self-doubts and everything. So I think having the confidence in oneself definitely helps, and confidence definitely comes from actually doing your work truly. And if, for example, in this case, if you're preparing for something, have a very clear understanding of what you're doing.
Any last thing which you want to, or your suggestion to the aspirants who may want to grow in their career, or who want to join consulting, or in general, what is your advice to the upcoming aspirants for career growth?
Two things that happen. So one of the things that are controllable, and other things that are not within your control. So for example, getting certain shortlist, you might feel that you should have got this shortlist, but you didn't. That's not within your control. So what I felt that helped me a lot is that working on the controllables. If you got the shortlist, you should be 100% confident that you'd be able to convert it. If you do not get the shortlist, understand what went wrong and move on. So having this approach that control the controllables and don't think about what is not in your hand. So that is what has helped me.
I think I am done with my questions, and thank you so much, Sanchayan, for giving us so much a very first-hand experience of how it takes and what all things happen to really succeed in your career journey, and we wish you all the best for your career
Thank you.
journey, and we would like to be in touch, definitely. So
Definitely,
just to
definitely,
give
sir.
you all of you kind of a distinctly, we were always in touch. I mean, although Sanchayan graduated in 2000, I think April, May, but we were always
Yeah,
in touch. So that was a very good thing to work with Sanchana. He's an excellent professional. I mean, you give him a work and he will do it with the utmost quality. That I can. I mean, we have worked with him, so we know that. So thank you so much, Sanchayan, for that. All the very best for your future endeavors. We would like to be in touch for sure, and at some point of time, we would like you to be on this side of the table to mentoring others as well. So thank you
thank
so
you.
much. Yeah, thank
Thank you
you.
so much, Alok sir, for giving me this opportunity, and it all and getting the opportunity to help others is also a blessing in itself. Thank you. It's way of returning what I have got.
Thank you.
Yeah.